Hey, Nana ya Jantua.
And now they are champion Naka.
A champion.
And I am champion Jantua.
Auntie, Nana Pijama,
say a champion or
a champion or Heniba. Champion is no for power.
No, sons of your Heniba.
Very noble, nice man. Nana say when you knew. Nana ya Jantua and Martin Kano, General Secretary ma CP. Nana ya Jantua no Martin.
Nana ya champion.
General Secretary ma CPP amanyu. Hear him say Dr. Bernard Okoe Boye NHIA CEOs Babeka na Nemya for Kofi Adams so MP for Boeing. Also Babeka yensa ewa hanum say. Nana kwaba.
Yeja.
Na mugu shishe so.
Mmeguso.
Waje bra kohwe honum kakra de o se bia kwame kuma wako fo
o pezo mu digi sika kwame nkroma 3 so no
se o man ni yeye
mako
eje o sen
anyi mihu
aden so official is the eje sika na anyu
o se eje mi se na fuso o se etemesen
na o se hu wako hondi wako hu na hu
me kwa me pese me hu se sika o mo de $3.5 million no mo me chechire
because esi akoso ho no
esi na 3.5 million
nyoma ya fefa baby free mia odo
o mo mi we just say nya accountability nya bone because ye mpesa auditor general report be ba na aka se kwame nkroma 3 so obi ayi sika basa nti o mo mi we nya bone yi sika se ko gi loan me na fusa wa bank for the check say be a grant me
grant
there be say a loan ti loan de me ne wo na ebetua ye ma betua ti o mo nkire ye de o mo di say nitty gritty
na wa hu nioma kama
o ba nioma de kama de bibia ye kama ne kama ne sen
she fountain na we gardens
na gardens say ho dada o prapra wo de ma
various apartments abem
various apartments be administration block
ya cheche bibia na wako hu ade fofo so as hu hwe
da bi the person chese me hwe ade na okay me person ya no ko hwe me ko mi hu bibi na me twin minister deputy minister adwen kura baso speech akwame nkroma kan on the night of independence one more appropriate no ama OAU summit.
The speech, no?
Yes. The independence of Ghana is meaningless unless it is linked to the total liberation of the African continent. That one was said on the eve of independence. And so almost what Kano OAU conference, 23rd May 1963.
To what your emergency so?
It should be corrected. Number 2, aisle now almost say dark aisle no. Walkway no towards. There's nothing independence apart from the picture now. A bohono. So akoshe. That picture no a photo no video no. It is attributed to BBC4. It is GTV needs our footage no.
Yeah, I say this year.
BBC4. Footage na wo na ye BBC4.
Only accredit you.
Any accredit you. Sab you can walkway na it should signify mu dark no. It should signify the walk to independence. It said a walk to freedom. All kind Nelson Mandela book what it says. But be anywhere about Ghana independence. It's as if say you perceive a negative Kwame Nkrumah in the contribution to Ghana's independence. And now say your year ma Ghana independence.
I think Kenya's idea with you.
Yeah, then.
Kenya idea.
I didn't know say independence or no. Most of the things are about Pan-Africanism. The main building no. Only Grofo be na independence no. A strong picture one His Excellency Nana picture pen bobo.
A strong no.
Zankinya pictures of omo no omo kun for independence.
As a museum
only the pictures na ono kun kroman.
The pictures na.
But some most would be picture kan yes His Excellency Nana do dey wait me dey abosoro. Na omo no omo kun ye no mo de omo so that is our history. Now some of the scenes name your friend is saying papa ka chem say no omo to bottle bomb. Some of the scenes ni be a chere say we actually struggled to get independence from come the whole pictures ni bi abobo. It was our album. So when people come on who say about the struggle towards independence. Struggle towards independence wasn't OAU. There are two different things. The OAU was for us as Africa to come together as one, and also should be a panacea and as a vehicle for the whole of Africa to be free. And also to have economic independence. The OAU model and the say you be trading amongst ourselves, you be one currency. You be nipa baako, you be one political system, and the EU for adopting as is almost strong. But Ghana as a country, no says you will independence a huabakwasem. Na say you very prominent. Da me call ho no kra mpo no me kwatwe o madwensi so. Mosolium na nkasa ba bia papa da no. Na hwa yefi.
Oh, nana.
Me ka kire o. Ti me ka kire o say hwa yefi nti o mo prapra ho no mo mope ho. Na nche ho ba bi kra liki. Yes o say abusuafo say ho de ne so obi antimi fa ne sanka because that's a beautiful crypt. But ade e ha adwen kra ne say nipa kro na o si ade no te ase. Na say me hu no TV so. Dr. Donata or architect or drawer, then he said he wasn't consulted.
Omo yes,
what you say? He said he wasn't consulted. He was talking to architect, but he was talking about some changes to be on me eventually about the structural issues to be better. Ntino, so I didn't cross symbols. Ya church only bebre. About your what day what I say. We see Asempa 94.7 all talk all day. Ti se me bana me ba round what I say ya. One trust Asempa ne keke. O do frequency aka ho na ade awoye. Me wedding classes in science na ho yen trust here what it means. Ye we ginya me yen trust here.
Dr. Dakwa your choice. Eh, what's up baby?
Man Dr. Dakwa.
Oh DC.
But Dr. Dakwa mba be sra wai. Ni ade ma.
What's up baby?
Na me kan okro.
What's on sem na ka die.
And one Dr. Dakwa no akọ. Even one we say me catch a minister say o say papa bi na minister team no. Or can straight or say that statement is independence. Ade asam no me no kra na me kan. Me pa cho din kra symbols you be kono. Okay say ne yenka about communication. Those symbols are supposed to communicate something. Now draw down when there's a one fat inscription be anto asia. Then nkrofo hu say na ase kire. It even has a history. Into the obey say so it me creative portion be now the history of the Dinkra symbols. And some of the obey draw be our tribe because there's a lot of space or muja wasi. Obetimi spreading it down no what church o mu nyina din ho. Obi ba no twa picture crampa additional man.
What were you impressed with?
Impressed. Me be man take bibia and coffee say ade we de me ho a eye nwanwa. Bibia hit me. Especially me consider sika that has been spent. Apart from that no ade ba kokra me call urinal ladies on never could leaky.
CCA.
I told them. The catcher almost say ladies were a non-return valve no any argument.
What catcher managers of the facility? The catcher Nana CCA na can say make CCA. Idea is see na
me catcher me so mo nkwohwe me o flash e nkwa leaky.
Dominic.
So won say
Nana ya janto aso can say mo.
Hwe won say ulu liki a nsuo no ba wo form na ekọ
na tum we dey see you we call just a day now.
The last room ABS say o ma sorting me ba me be ka che o mu say ho ni liki because she say wo if na wo ya wo tim say nsuo no ba wo form ho say no wan hwe ya by the time abere is now who use water tanker na asa
na be white.
Yes me ka che o mu so mo nkore. So I try to flash it. Sometimes I don't see a flash no so a bashro na ejai. So I did it. It didn't come up. Sometimes you go how went me and me so
substandard.
Yes, but because as a public place you don't use that there no. So you see the nensa no. Because as they press on it, in no time, yes. And I said, yeah, what dying home? Once they be also dying, and no press so I know you're solid. But when metal, the other one says, with no time at
a public space.
Yes, the kind of traffic they're expecting. I think a dying who didn't be.
No, Omono Bekasai.
There be you, me call round. I dare near fair or in the picture be a decantine. Kintinti mama tetin nom the glass hat to it.
General Secretary CPP unya way say na jumedi say bekoso. Enti mumra na mfo mani munya.
Oman kashu anche yempo. You see the point is that na meka ha. Committee no kra no na meka say ebi kwampa nka ne ma bi wo ho kra nka ebetimi ahwehwe de ama wo. Me papa say we get letters between on Kwame Nkrumah from Guinea. What need the bedroom we bit me books to be near there letters when he was in prison. Kwame Nkrumah was in Guinea. They used to find ways to, if anything, smuggle letters near the brain. He kept them for a very long time. The woman saying, "Oh, they call them be can be." What I say? Conversations be on Kwame Nkrumah ya one noti. Nema wo kanfa JB dankwa ho ne nyina
ho tuma musa mohwe
there be CPP de o man fa ya nka ho because kai o mo se o mo frɛ Professor Akosa. As Professor Akosa was the last time o ba party headquarters
but o CPP ni
ba se ye won krofo a o mo
se nye o mo ni national for ndili
there be
Professor Akosa on ka national
there be on ka se kura so o ma be about walk home coming for a year press on Samia Numina back. But typically they say no on yea. Obaka so yen Nkrumah is.
Whether in Nkrumah is or no, but say your CPP kuna.
Yes, you quick one or na American. O man frey will be beer.
Not even a phone call.
There be
as General Secretary.
Nothing to say waiting. Me and Kasa me catch the last time. A chalk rat talk or mom say PC who dear coso. In maybe me and Kasa no say Kufia Kwaye ko. Or find out what is going on. Pami.
CPP for
I also any right here by baby questions. You were direct be a Fankoma Minister for Tourism. No, a Minister for Tourism or TC. One your whole mammy. I work graphic. Maybe a journalist. As an editor and as an MD, I dealt with him. Oh no, our on your whole mammy and I. But he couldn't even say CPP. Momeka committee no humpo. That is our founder line there. Me dana me call the first place I me right crept no. But me a spiritual person. Mo bi yi manu nsi bone. Me sum me nya me pa. But me ra ho no. With all the excitement e wo ho no, I wanted to feel some light. What am I say? I am not communicating with the dead or anything, but I wanted to feel some light to say, baby papa no bi anani age. But on my man feels her light. Me ka sem ba ko me kai time am papa wu ye I see no 2021. Na ye the body no to ho na anadwo no be se 2 am comrades nyina bai. Na ye start see ye to ye nwumi. Na ye to ye nwumi. Me kept the actually say me hwe se papa na nim brighten up.
Enyum na ekoso na.
Ye koso no. Bi jana ho ne ye to. Ose Kufia kwa kumensa yire mambo Hajia Hamdatu Kumase for boys nyina ezwa omu nyina oh ndi tonyoma ne me hu se n'anima brighten na me gina eyi na kwa me nyina ye to na me gina niti. That was me who with the feeling that time I miss and ye be business and energy. Yes. Come and come me round Mausoleum Hall to find out to say what is the aura there. Men feel say a hoye light.
Na Deputy Minister, the review na Okoe Boye.
Ono kwa de Michiano event bi ase on the chief director ma me kan asem no. Si omunya yi omudi yebe ka ho. They didn't call CPP. a chair na me who say omo invite a chairman. Ono kra call ho ne amfana ntena days no so nti ade chair na me ne kase no na me call ye kra days no kra ya amfana ntena so. Ya ma me opportunity kra to make a speech. Obi am inviting as a special guest of honor. Ono as a person no. So letter na ka say you have been invited as a special party ni nyina. But ono kura ni partner special guest of honor there. So man opportunity ne party founder na da ho no. Man opportunity man ne kan bibi. E fa papa na wo da ho no. Obi am man say opportunity. Nti no.
Doctor, that was MPP ma appointment abaji.
Me MPP ni.
You build the Ghana.
Debi. Man ne fasa ma doctor da kwa mpo asempa. Mesi me ba be hwehwe. Ya fa number ja na we pa de mfa we ma. I didn't say me koji MPP appointment.
Government.
MPP. They say me CPP ni.
O say emwa e say okọ abakose nya de BC de ne. Say obi o party bi na wa be dom party.
Me nya CPP na me nko MPP.
Government.
Eh. Azem we di anu e she doctor da kwampacho chiremaje we ase ba bi efiri aeba. So me ntiase. Me nya me general secretary na me nko MPP. Asa kofo me wofa kofo ma yenkrofo ni that was an alliance bi. Buka yundum.
Papa kwesi
yundum ene Professor Hagen. Ena nipa wo me ya be for. To mom ayi. Na mte ayi na kwesi ama. Omomu nipa 4. Omomu position.
He said no.
Ne the MPP saying, say me wo me party. Na me party ne nisa me chairman ye.
The Ghana agenda.
Ghana agenda, CPP so ka Ghana agenda no.
But at any point in time, MPP want chiro mo hia omo abetimi.
Na me ntipiras no omo be pam me. Na omo hia me mo a.
Omo no mpam.
Me nyi see e cause a conversation.
Omo no pam.
Yes. Don't be here me na had to leave. And so no mo.
Wa na obo modern na.
There be na dey omo dey here me na say me omo mpa me ho.
Adwuma wa ye wo no.
Ade bacho man ni see ekom na ye nwie sa programming.
The modern bo awabo no.
Omo hu kura. They didn't see it. Oh, me come as I'm is a sad story, but a hun here, a chum. Make a baby so I'm free and come and may CPP General Secretary.
Na nyina so ne de because no bia nim say wo na obetina so.
Nkofo feel say ni sem in SMP.
Ebini de we.
Oh, o man yan troso.
No, emane ya adesua.
No nka topics no.
Emane ya adesua ma enchiri mane wona pretty
trima. Yes me arrogant me say in SMP ye hu hia. Me na ya me arrogant dey anu edin. But in SMP because ye adwuma say o man hu say sa na ne ye adwuma no.
Afide o mahu.
By elite.
To go back to support na elite. The Ghana agenda.
Oh, sometimes me hwe na o munti me nya ya me yet say me bo machi ba so obehwa wo say na me chirem.
O di nyoma tutudwa.
Me yes apa because me hu so mo ho chire wo. Nti what I do ni say me hu say enya ya me the ade no to hwa say obetie me carefully a. I just say me chirem. But it shouldn't be so much say man for befi me too much am omo refi say me CPP General Secretary because any tie the bia me ko bia and PRC ni di manim
consultant for them so
you see who baby na say me kai time I say nsem ni nyina ekoso no kwaku ba ka bibi wo Metro TV me amenu ayi me brother penny good evening bra obisa say akola ya motan ani ofiri wan hwan na be ya adwuma no adwuma na wo ye na edin pa e she that training me for a course called dummies for engineering for engineers into no anything engineering no I was taught me chairman making sure say mesua and I actually took my time to learn a lot of sacrifice, a lot. I mean, I didn't even have a life. BBI was like making sure, say, and at a point, especially, maybe 204, at a point, especially when the crisis came, 206, 207, there was some crisis. It wasn't as deep as the 2013 one. And you know, I made up my mind to say Ghana for need to know, and Ghana for needs to be looked after. and Ghana phone needed to be treated right even if there is a crisis. Intimidate told me who said baby and the right thing has to be done. You do baby I'm a engineers no kun because you could meet him be said tepe okay good afternoon gentlemen. I'm saying Nabo, me I'm a woman, also you know you are not a woman, you are a man, and we all laughed. Because sometimes many men are not faithful. Because I'm learning my staff in Tino. Engineers no cry meet me be so more question. And I had a good teacher, Mr. Samuel Sapon, no yeah, engineer Sapon, my former boss. I mean we were a good team in Tino. Nipa suya dear. Just me my debiana me yeah my main focus was Ghana. Because there were times I would say bibi or her name low shedding. And so unfortunately you go to me call for more than 6 hours. That him say you'll be negligence. In that case, me say me manenko.
Obeka.
Yes, meka. And I'll make sure me can wa bontin kwa me can wo utilities no.
Edasusi
But minim de worker. They say I me free ho ne bi ye me. Eno kwa me fa phone e de ka. Echiro mo say do sanka mu ye ni si anka be nka mu ye ni si anka be ye. But as long as you are not there, you shouldn't also create the impression say you are breathing on somebody's neck.
Jamal Dune say, please ask Mrs. Jan to tell us what she has done at the CPP office to project Nkrumah. They go around claiming to be Nkrumahs, yet have done nothing to project Nkrumah. So that's it. What is it?
Like so what say they say for us to be in existence with all attacks it's a projection of Nkrumah. Because obi any was CPP so. For us to sit here and talk about Kwame Nkrumah is a project because for people to still talk about Nkrumah, it means to say we've done some great work. Even though you do baby a Ghana for expect say, but we know say near my best sign in due course. Because if an MPP for crampo or power at a point, more history. 1979, Victor Usune Pawili, UNC. Yenye suswa but me feel na political home. Me mami ye UP ni de bia meka. Me mami ni papa ne Victor de bia uncle Victor bebe Kumasi no be twi makosa because so be ye nkwan. At that time no na omu ni ho. Omu no matter opposition till 2000 no matter opposition be 30 something years. But when the time came no omu ba power. Nti ene de ebeba so. It's all work.
You ever see because you made the sky train before?
A sky train the enkoyi.
There be again man enkoyi.
At the sky train na no idea ya.
There be wa juma e den hihye ye juma amoye feasibility and only
feasibility book. Feasibility book.
I'm say why you say juma dia moye feasibility.
Feasibility
why you juma audit report aba.
Ba jo book ka ho. Utimi ye feasibility a book nka ho. Because so utimi ye book kire feasibility am ye ni ye si plane na train na mo de ba no ahoma we ne betimi asom mo size me nye science ni o but mo seismic test ana say lightning ne sa and Ghana has a lightning background ampa ne edum kanea nti sa train ne nam ho a material we ne betimi use as a lightning ba e betimi a sustain ni pa betinem I mean nyema bebre ezisi etimi hwe height no se ne be ya nkrofo nye too much afraid. So feasibility study and that area more they come say Kwame Nkrumah say how feasible is it to say the better. There's pre-feasibility can come betimi ama Ghana for aye before you pay money to a company. We are so no menu as okokoto phone kra na emfa phone ni ma party payment. They don't know kukuru sika ni nyina for feasibility studies ni ma wom. And no cry me who almost say shares bi ni na bi wo Mauritius company to buy shares no na for feasibility mo be.
Mesa Bauso, why?
Ya munya de efe. Ye hia a speedboat ni bridges over the water lake a ekum nkofo.
Omato bi hu.
Omoto nda be
de enough.
Nkofo da so wo da so te kanu no mo da so gu no. Kanu twi ye frɛ no kodo.
Ye frɛ den.
Kodo. Ye so nim kodo. Kodo de ni etwi to wo mu no. Te ni shape te se kanu ye frɛ no kodo. Apotoy wa udi twi to na etwitwam ye de kodo na etwi omte kodo mu na omde ko
Dodogo akwa what shit na ya jantada
the big sister no.
Because me kwa slang. Is you so kwa just
Emmanuel oba checking the history of it.
Check what they mean. I'm present pa. One ya nya minute na ya me ya say. Di papa say to one ko say me kwa kan e be ka say me.
The big sister no. Na the history no man sia be real.
Now the science doctor ni.
Na why mami ndawasi. Mafi obi timetu nyumba ko
ade no man hiti anazo afi
na bi se ni papa na obi o
ka pa jo afi na faso atadi e ba fa meye we wa ha obetimi atu ni obeti ade so man na nya ade
mi se enyum nti na mafi obi mi start to obe won enta mafi obi
orozo betu bi esia
ado chorista na
obetu bi esia
yeah so yeah elder
obetu bi esia
o man na mi tu no ga ja
who have been Pentecost ni is it the Pentecost for na abasu omo na wo so eh omo place na nkrofo bi eye omo programs
na ozo dia na ya o ke kan sem say
obi ozo
nya Pentecost e anything Pentecost for sorry omo facility
church members
there be make up omo facility na honorable Baumi and president Baumi o any programs me hu ne twice was it twice
ebe kan once
omo rent na
ebe kan once why
for rent na
tinyum no why yem ye kesinti
na say the Dr. Kuminim chukra na we
say wa kwen ni ne
momodi o man
akwenyi nem
kesinti ese da wase wa kwen ni ne
na wonse Kofi Adam say hwe no
me de wona sika
okay no we need to share we strategies so we no dey break you bia
oh asida de here
papa
de bia me sorry a de bia pese nyame hu se me de asida man
amen
because
on
hospital what do you so bia na onam obi wa for weeks now months on the hospital or shower in view but say we are you no know
exactly
and they was asida man nyame na me tie my sister no asem no about how she left PRC nanka metu nyu from man but not the make a say bibia nyame esino nyame nim there so she should on shed like she should take
it is yeah we do baby kwana me scan trade nani
because there were times me call school me want presec no because jina kwa calculation is a menyan lift so that only lift the call le go obey savings kakra na ma school na head now so one lift na time so corner say school be start na fe dey
pressure
George is who go do 37 year from Teshi who pa one say lift run see what Teshi NC wo 37 to free station over na tika kra ko nim sa do mass smart na still nya lifter odo ope be ha e so mfaka ko wan hwa la wan na tika school enti ene say me ba na obi drive me a me kayo mu nyina me tunu mansa na me kasa enti o man asidan kwa ene say na etino nyame o chino beti asisa no na quick one I come about Kwame Nkrumah say me call Upper West the past 5 days or so. Now me here working. I'm in person meeting cramp. So me call last week Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And I'm in regional. Now why me call that one facility. Jirapa. Your friend Royal Cozy Hotel. My friend Jirapa Dubai. Me free all we na me ko bisa regional minister ni say na result we mu ya we say wa me call Kenya because I wanted to see lions na me hu lions da eko hu antelope cinema all these things are in Upper West Ghana. Lions are mishia wo they are healthier than the ones I met in Kenya. Me the beba Kwame Nkrumah
resort
yes it's a resort with a natural park buffalo ni na first time me hu be live. It's because Tom say people are taking planes to Nairobi. They spend money. They invest 70% of almost all the inflows for Kenya tourists. And that's where I'll talk about Nkrumah. As a country, if we set our mind to never be everyone say we so in chain at the end, it will be the bread one shot with time more scad and cocoa. quickly no maminka say sa Jirapa Dubai no you have to go there Who they met me Joma Kasama? Wait, inti make our fiscal weight.
Oh,
I'm top play now.
No, but don't take advantage to just push me to that. My sister adopts with penny was a friend of verbal abuse. Be mindful of that.
Fiscal, okay.
Verbal abuse. What you've just said, I can take you on. Every day you appear in court. Every blessed day.
I call your bar, major to gender for cases where I'm na Bema can say what this day. What by gender say Okoe Boye can say oh fiscal weight was so those cases say I'm buy shama dealing with the men all the way kasa. So all I'm saying is that as a country we should decide what will help us to grow. Sebi Mr. Bako Okoe or a deputy chief executive anti ya say no so ni ma be a friend Alice ono ton to ma be say kama obi abon din wo is yes I just say a combination before we do on can order yes it is say this Alice is say all there's no doors one I feel they pay more ladies to help her they will get money
but but common
exactly I'm just showing how a trip to one place will result in the community. Meko Basilica or Nandom. Nandom is just Laura is 45 minutes from Jirapa. Inti opportunity call Laura. Me call Laura no. You say mushroom rock. This is a call Laura no be. And I call Nandom. Omo Basilica ever 4,000 people built in 1934. So my friend Honorable Ambrose Nibano di say but you have a basilica here. Me I didn't know it exists in Ghana. We can sell this country. So in Nkrumah dey say Martin Luther King, one of the most celebrated Americans, he came to Africa. Say he wants to meet in Nkrumah.
Boy Center.
Dr. Kino, Oba Africa. And our culture in Nkrumah say, congratulations, but we are still not free. Oba the inspiration or the callback. So Nkrumah is not an angel, Sebi. If you go, you can have your one or two issues with some things and all that. But there are facts. I bet you have feed a lot of people in this country. In terms of sky, you have to go and watch. If you go to most European countries, the this sky by say Penimbi mausoleum. I could share the wire. In fact, I'm happy to say honorable honorable kind of boss the channel. Honorable Kofi Adams.
Honorable green paper na de namne.
Or Jubilee House. Or Jubilee House.
Where Parliamentary green?
No, or Jubilee House. No, or Jubilee House.
Where Parliamentary green? Where executive green? Parliamentary green na kita sitano. And normally na ye chowechi. Now, if you look at Jerry John Rawlings, because school army school field engineers. Yeah, kwa no any. Say o parade. Now you see the air friend please go as an friend. Maybe honorable who the right
please go.
Now you na bet you na kwa now you ko salina na Jerry aye the dresser. The watch no share no for be say watch we who ka site me record do. O me see the glasses no all no check. Yeah kwa wine obi as be soldier because of Rawlings. But as we speak today, most of the things that Rawlings using in life for mine. If I want to go to a place where I'll look at them, I don't know. This is money, oh. It's money. It's money. The setup, you don't need 1 acre. Even one plot can build. Is not a big, a gigantic. You just have a room where there is someone who would usher you in and tell you this is where Jerry started from. This is Jerry's first dress as a fighter pilot. This is their straight green dress. This is Jerry's glasses. These are the watches he's worn. There are people who, in fact, you can have a session where when you wear the watch, you pay extra. People will pay.
And the uniforms he even wore to do the coup.
We have to decide what we want. You can put in 1 million Ghana cedis. You can rake in 5 million a year. That can build some of the drains and petty things that people are looking for. In fact, if we do it well, mega projects will be built from tourism. The last time I can say, are you aware, say, who can say sit now president national? The young fan say Mills Mama say no one be president national. Young fan share glass mo.
You be a 10.
Show when near. Oji 10 city. O 100. There are people who pay 100 to sit on it.
Yeah.
And then they tell you take the presidential pose for 1 minute. Now you try. And also approaches come on also anya wo dia o. Ya wo the original one or try. Now you print and also you have 50 cities. Inti nipa no be free Rawlings square na appear no
spend it
na man na on kita ska ye di agro krom you see on this sky di agro man Omo test can omo di agro. So we say hey, I never call for my own time pay own travel. Dominic Femi say me tu kwa say mo nyama nyina aye kama. Ba say nyama njina here mo tu kwa.
Doctor, two quick ones of Yambre and Commercial. Now, a boom for so. What of our form, Nana?
Pacho, me and my swam in Yambian for quiet.
Osaka.
What kind of quiet?
Pacho, now the interview quietly. He said, so Doctor Hayes says, oh, I did when Yami Bow now, one will be done now if you muda. Service in Tina, come a pintina, but now my woman when easy, honorable. Enti meka jo bi say from fair number from kakra yen corner yen kofa form na yen feel na ye ko submit a ebi mu say o doctor yen nim say o ba enti e be as a possession bi a to announce say you are coming that one we might do it but all I want to say is that my fan quiet enye kidikidi o man twa pictures because me nim say juma na ye ko ye I say honorable balado so me chiano me tini kache o see is it omo wi ni ama no mbo ano is it the rat or see or the back of farmer omo wi pepper kakra no ma jai no ma kwa another one and ade no so shishi na nse no ma meka chen say yen call the next one and na akora ne bisa ne mami rat no bisa ne mami say ade we nye da ade na wi so say nye ni denti na wa abron kwanti na ya ba kroma ye say ade parliament say unnim de o wa obe free say bi a luxury ni enije na why did you it's the hardest job in this country. How many?
Parliament.
Hey! But me share delegates, I tell them. Say na unza ma put on with never share kaka. How many? The hardest job in this country is the MP. But the MP, people's medical issues is you. When a man beats the wife, you have to come in. When someone is sick, they are not sure of their money. They call you before they step in the hospital. When people get to the hospital and they are about to be operated and they cancel, you have to call to rearrange. When Obi birthday turn a crowd, that's why. Ofrewa una obe talk great. Funeral ukonsuna scanun swa a problem. Outdooring 1 hour. Now, me sorry, typical weekend. Me were 3-4 different clothes in my car. Me call funeral 2, outdooring 3, general meeting. From morning. Maybe I started about 2-7, maybe if you're not about 11. The next day 2-5, not about 11. That was the life for close to 4 years. Now say I'm going to say a boy English.
What Makufia in that?
Oh my! The only reason why I'm going back, they say I know of Niamami starting here, a bit more hanging in the air. In fact, some have done well to still push to finish. Like there's a stadium, Madame Boye and Coleman AC, fine project about $3 million. Why it's like it's the biggest AstroTurf in Accra, if I may say so, the biggest. Nyamia Dome next month, for the first time in the life of our community, we'll be able to play our festival game not in a sandy park, untreated, undeveloped. For the first time, it will be in a stadium where the elders will sit on pews and building and see that in 200 years of the community. That's why some of us are in politics or mining. That in 15-20 years time, we can work with our children and tell them we were part of this history. Finished. I tell people, if that is why you enter politics, we will say, yeah, fanfare. It's a lot of hard work. If the projects are finished, some of us will move on. In fact, I envy Alan Money, Baumyama, who operate at that level. And this is Kofi Adams, Bojumano. Flag there's not even sorry, Cornwall Street say, Ubano Waishi. No. Party Nukabeka say, check who is the aspiring honor, immediate help. And so, Dr. Koba always tell people it's only 2 things. It's the fiscal development and jobs.
Okay.
Nunti na yeba back. Na mi wajidi say, kwaya nyamibe faso ama yatimi ako yuye jumano. Obe buhaye ama ya yesa jumano. Zeze mi shanko for 10. Ewa mi constituency 9 bisa say, are you coming back? At least that is good motivation.
How is MP going to create jobs?
See?
How is MP going to create jobs?
Oh,
are you not better off creating jobs as chief executive?
I'm coming. See,
health insurance authority and being MP.
No problem. If you think of the bow tie and official tie job, you might think so. If you put even 3 youth, just 3, and you give them to Obia or you're telling this Nigerian outfit, nice ones I buy.
But you don't need to be an MP.
No, that's why I'm saying that the position gives you the the weight to do more of that. But as I speak, I'm already helping.
So
no, but I tell people all the time, say politics is a vehicle, or position, official position is a vehicle. It can make you do more of something you like to do because the weight there is bigger.
And Nohanos also or report it to be.
Yes.
I mean, wherever he is.
No, even where I am now. Even CEO, by the grace of God, I'm able to help
the board.
But the minister is there.
But even if you come a community out of 10 youth, and yes, I more health insurance. Some just need some support, skills training, and all that.
Is it an orphan constituency?
No, maybe in free.
And one no.
Papa.
Why? Who name?
But say, or you are down for just on the other side of the politics.
Oh, only my enemy. Oh, me so Papa Penny.
There be no Papa Penny.
No,
oh, your friend on boy. But someone Yano, me saw a Papa Penny. I was just
Papa Penny. You be so say one and not oh. You be so the same thing. You be so question earlier say one of our former. Or say oh me fan no quiet. You be so say who fan no dey quiet one na who fan what this one of our form. Yes or no? I mean oh me fan no quiet.
And your objectives na medical school friend MCQs. That's multiple choice questions. I don't know yes or no. We know it's a conversation.
We don't have to match it.
And I mean you answer
Mesa ba so ba buemfo a crowd so person so e de omo prelims ba buemfo so say Kofi na eko buem de bibia ni be challenge Kofi obuem okofa o aba into on the 20 obesa hia say nyame waduma
but my enemy are interested in conversation now because
e we dey way everyone sky.
Well,
sky encounter na ya na ho ahomti we sky ge no akeka ne
wonima Ghana ha ye woniama bebrea ka ye benya sika if you bet just say leadership na you take the right decisions nia minia Okoe Boye kai efa na basilica ya okuhu ye say can you imagine say sika ya say na ye kutu say galamsey site say ye den e won kran ha almost ye cathedral
oh the fish pond no
senka ye the just quarter of sika na ye dia kum tie na
since you tell me
wa airport eko ye basilica ni ye akwan na ye da ho you can imagine the attraction edibebre any value because you know there is history to the Nandom Basilica. Enya dia corruption ni catastrophe ni proye bata ho. There is history to that basilica. Nanso ye nia o say ye. So we continue to draw back. Ye to Galamsey site is here ene wo Parliamentary mosquitoes nkwa na ehaye wo. Mosquitoes nkwa na ehaye wo because of pond now omaye
fish pond na fish in him mosquitoes ne be breed.
Mosquitoes na mu breed wo.
When's the last time I go for home dey koso?
Benia enekra me fa ho eye Dr. Baumiani posters nkwa na ebobo sa diko na omudi ye round.
Branches kakra ha.
Diko na omu ye round.
Dr.
Baumiani ne posters nkwa ade ayaye no well mwetu hole wo ho ase form wo ho ase bibia na mu sheda ede wall bi ye ya at least well they've decorated the wall ufa hokra uhu bibi like but omakwa say the beauty of that wall with Dr. Baumiani posters. So Parliament ye wo bas kesi bi. Woti bas ni ma inside ho enti Okoe Boye woni ma.
Bas no was through.
Enti woti bas ni ma uhu bibia e wo inside ho. So woni mi e bas no. Ana
na.
Well hunda bet e wo top. Yetina soro ena niama no eko ase. Basa ye use for Parliament ye call committee ejuma father way. Well ba omadi na eko break it down because akwan year of roots and akwan nya na basa ne ko break it down. So omahini I'm just saying say can you imagine
sika beba
so just lack of foresight and but many animal obano I can assure him say well on primaries there maybe he may be lucky and I wish him well. I prefer him over any other person on primaries. Now so many elections in India me honorable Babe there's no way on Messisano. There's no way because in okay say Magda be asrotef. Say Magda no only asrotef because of Okoe Boye. Oh yeah, asrotef e di abua techi. But obua techi for who ko friend no for and on behalf of the people of Techi. Me say who ko ya woni ne di nkomo no tie. Who ko ho a woni ne di nkomo no. Who di nkomo for and on behalf of Techi people. Enyen common na here. So whether we MPO, we MPO, ejuma no de obeya mako ewiye. Niaka enkoso no, you have to be questioning your government. Because other projects now wo ka ho asema enkoso no, about akwan ayenye. Drainage ayenye, eno enye MP, eno obeye drainage. Unim sa.
Eno
When him say akwan no enye MP na obeye.
No,
well, he will of course say
machines.
No, tie.
Machines na parking for 4 years.
Ye jai juma no to ho no. From time to time no the machines was grading some road. Who did that here? No. You saw it. Tie.
What's your name in the machine?
Okoe Boye.
Machine no.
Okoe Boye.
Na education kakra.
Okoe Boye.
Already said that was before he became MP.
Okoe Boye.
You go to Boye because the MP
Okay.
He has been on radio. Amawaka say it was when he was when he was campaigning opposition on MP no. Assemblyman with Timika Chen say on using the private machines no but it's a MC by he's not done that.
And America say the man used the machines to grade some of the rules whether before obey MPO and now after being MPO or two when him say we favorite picture be about some drainage crossing bi say we so no so buy no wa ba be a better drainage
I will not attempt to discuss Boem issues because I'm not discussing. If you go there you say things that you respectfully don't have. Would know and it's for the flow to you know what's happening now. You see, sometimes when people talk from a distance, it's sad. This is now.
Now, mommy, we are some America.
Would know.
Mamenkania mean you are. Mamenka,
your constituency.
Yes, Mamenkania. Yes, now I correct.
Yes,
but Mamenka, now we correct. Oh, then I will correct this. Yeah, and he will say he is also doing certain things. Also, I then went to me. So I wish you well. Say, primaries there, but main elections in Ankasa there. Or say yes, I did. Honorable Ayikuye then getting by, especially say or no afena in the party no. Beba power. John Dramani Mahama. Baby Dink Nimba Mantini. Even Basa. At the end of the year, and I have very clear.
I don't be complacent.
Of course, they have not say you're very complacent. Men can say you're very complacent. But minim say the next elections, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Yes, very, not just hopeful. So I know. Say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Bedin Kunim. Obehnya Obeboa Honorable Ayiku even more. Say Injuma Bebria Edrum Bribikura no say Minua he has to rally maximum support media for no somo buano pa especially multimedia platform to expose some of the abandoned projects yejai to her and shisha na ye da na ekosunu you help to bring order now so still in Kusiaga. So I can assure the people of Techi on behalf of Honorable Ayiku say, look, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Oba Ababeye Mampini, and most of the projects Bibia Mubeya Kwakudrunu will be completed. But Dr. Kwame Nkrumah is one of the greatest leaders to have ever lived in our part of the continent. And inyama bebre wo ho a wo say ye ebeboa nkofo bebre beba down to Ghana just because they want to come and see one person on be hu bibi efa Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. So anything yeah about him no that's a mistake kakra ebemo a enye. And all those things are nana ya dan to identify no omonhwe na omonye den omon correcting because certain things are basic. They say ni speech yeah accrediting to OAU instead of the eve of independence, you know, enye appropriate. Basic social studies knowledge.
The CPP name we have very no my correction.
Well, so anyone I may work on those. But I wish Okoe Boye well in their primary. Now, coming kwa also more contest too. One or contest might say
about 3 or 4 people.
More than
MPP, you know, because of the level of liberalism. Sebi Obia
party
yeah, so we'll manage it. But when you see me can't say I tell people, oh your politics and you do it with your heart. I believe Kofi also does it with the heart. What is also for people? I tell people my politics, I don't engage in ways and means and control because I won't vote. I don't do it. That's why I'm the kind of anywhere you ask me to go, I go shoulders I don't know. Because me yemi nama pepe been control. This footbridge propaganda here and say Shedi Okoe Boye wa bondia bridge. You know what? That place now who send me bondia man small view. I went there, organized youth who live there, bought wood for them. Me myself, we mix concrete in the gata kasio. Yes, you know why? I was sitting there, me campaign, me unkora omoko school. Omo descending from a hill, walk in the gutter, climb through it, and then go up. I'm like, what? How can kids be stepping on blocks in a drain, big drain, storm drain? And I said, Dr. Saneti for years. I said, no, if nothing at all, put just 2 pillars at the end. Let the kids walk on shade, not in the gutter. Who sleepy people you are in? And I took videos of people carrying wares or mofa gata or mine. And I catch say, in Arabian school. Nobody crosses from that side to the other side. Miko yeah, the omuto apita so a wood in the man or mine. Everybody who used to pass through the gutter, what dress she ataria wouldn't anti gata mu. But wood blocks, you know, they now were passing through this. And guess what? As I speak, they had some heavy rains because any structure, of course, with the money and well-built and all that, it's not there anymore. With Ayiku as MP now, Omaini, I'll go with your cameras. People are back to using the gutter. You see, so when people talk, as we speak, and on him, you compare, you call your bridge, and I actually put I'm coming.
Honorable. Now, say, oh no, say, baby, say 1 year,
all right. So, and
so maybe
that's why I said
he will come to that.
That's why I said I like truth. God is always a witness. For 8 years of NDC MPs, remember before Okoe Boye became MP.
I'm talking about
no. You see,
NDC MPs.
You give us
NDC
no,
MPs.
You see, no. It's very important. History makes you understand where a community is coming from. 2 MPs from NDC stock. With 2 presidents of NDC. The people used to pass through a gutter to go to their homes. You know,
but Kofi Man running away from this.
Yeah, this is a perspective which is important. You had 2 NDC MPs before Okoe Boye became MP.
Papa Neba was solve a problem now.
Unsolved, Omunam got Amudiko. I am telling you.
No.
About a bridge, let me tell you the deception. About a picture of a bridge or so, you know the bridge. It's another place. And what they just got a crowd. And it's a depression. The concrete bridge was harder. Diana nanti so mu di kono
the was original the
concrete bridge this MP has not touched the concrete bridge the real
conversation about this member app
I have to make
you've established the fact that
because you know why I've said this. I stood because we allow sometimes deception, not from my brother. The optics is what he's talking about, but we allow deception sometimes to win hearts or to deceive people, and later they are still in their old environment. So I'm making here this point on this station. Say, Ebi Okoe Boye would na NDC for this stream all over. In Kofor Gatamu under their MP, they've gone back into the gutter, not on the wood that I put there.
Okay, so I'm back. They have your conversation. Kofi, I don't know TBB.
My brother is indicting himself in one way or the other. Say, idea or yeah, you know, a baby 1 year 18. So talk a crabby, then at the end in our
so one can say a permanent solution.
We're drawing attention to our colleague. We are quite convinced, or better respond immediately.
Okay, very good. Because almost go back to the gutter now.
Why be other areas?
So quickly
so obey. Me say obey rail.
And find the party member when there's what the party member no one constituency do
one candidate
they require to be
candidate
why are you still using the word persecution of Gyakye Quayson as a result of that, you know, move to say the more why are you doing that?
Well, I'm saying now no say this platform or another platform you can asem say we share the processes are Honorable James Gyakye Quayson far true. Right from the word go, Penny Beye, the candidate, no, for an winning primaries, no. A dear Odi kind, yeah, say, or say, me passport ekurami. HSA, me to me BBI or Canada, no, me de kwa koma Canadian for Munji Mwadie. Officially form ni BBI in 2019. Woman taking note of these dates. 2019, more than a year before Ghana ye call any elections. But say aban bi wo wiase or the COVID aye excuse her. There is one bo MPP aban as number 1. Menye sure say ubenya any other government in that number 1 position. Till now, Public Accounts Committee, Juma ye agencies are mobile nim ubi aba ubi sans identina 1 year say oh COVID ebe high and a COVID inti and a COVID inti and a COVID inti. So all of them COVID. Ubi anim say amanone the impact of COVID nukrano was more. It take a very long time. And sana even the idea of working from home ebaye. So processing of the documents and contem the way or say documents in the processing in echo. So Nensaka the renunciation certificate in 2020 somewhere before end of November. But assembly Tietiana say opiki forms with the Electoral Commission or filing Nkrophobia raise those issues. No munim say was submitting a passport dada. So mu resist assembly. Emma assembly could pay the district electoral officer nenim. Ono hwe assembly so no assembly de ni mu ye drusim enti ma memfa call the regional office. And I the assembly call regional office. Regional officer of the Electoral Commission say, hey, assembly de ni mu ye dru saying me level. Enti ma yemfambra Madam Jean Mensa nankasa nenim the chair of the Electoral Commission nankasa. Ye the assembly ba Accra. Ena omo frɛ Honorable Quayson. Eni omo omo de sa petition ba no mu nyina baaye. Honorable Quayson de nkrata ni nyina including the renunciation certificate date na ewo so no November 2020. Omo hwɛ ni nyina ehu sɛ oh no. Oye qualified say 2020 elections no obeye then obegina because nensaka renunciation certificate no. Ena ye call elections. Avede ya call elections ni wie ya ye bibia ena obidi asem no call court asem na fa through ama Supreme Court ababe mo interpretation even as we respect decision, we disagree with them. Say interpretation now ye no on the case of James Gyakye Quayson dear to us, according to the chief judge, which me can say judgment here unreasonable, unreasonable to us clearly, because we at the time Honorable Quayson also here to become an MP, he was a Ghanaian, and the law is very clear per yen understanding. So we thought, say Well, say more ma Supreme Court hear the pronouncement now obey ya. Say yen declare ni elections no null and void, no problem. Abano ye be kwa kotubium. Ena ye call ye. After the key campaign message now modinam was about say imre or say no court ba or koba as if say or no na ode no court. Enti mo mum two manu ye two mana obeko jail obeye say asen for say there be ye hu yen bai yen papa ye bibia ye nua ye kunu ye hu ni su ye hu ni ban ye hu ni or ye even in the midst of all these challenges and my police station scra na NDC yendin kunim ewo ho ana 2020 year to abano James Gyakye Quayson enwi ni wo ho no this time round for this by elections no o wi ni wo ho so we wi ni ade na ewie I feel say asem no de enka ebetwa sesia wa ba be a member of parliament ejuma no so committees ejuma ekoso on Monday fine but the real chamber work na keka on there Tuesday till Friday and the expectation no kura say temo say well mo be try ni pa na mo man no in such a way say ne law making ejuma ye de ahye ne sa ya to aba ma no no obetumi aye den aye ejuma no so enunti in the 7th parliament na honorable Okoe Boye ka ho speaker Okoe any the judiciary any the office of the attorney general or na all prosecutors are issues to do with crime acco into some agreement say a member of parliament involved in such things ka yentie na asem no either Mondays and now say ye wodin recess eno eba no sa entire ye den en affecti ne juma so this agreement was followed through and this ubekaya someone like honorable Mahama Ayariga Abra special prosecutor or they know call this now they were hearing the issues mostly on what Mondays till ruling by say nyawo ye no wendi boni wanye boni bia and so on and so forth so many others na sana na ekoso uhwe honorable Quayson die dia you see even though we are MP the parliament is in session no every day bra parliament bra court Monday Tuesday Wednesday Thursday Friday enti da ben na wo benya mre a wo bekwa akoye wejuma as an elected member of parliament for the people of Asennof. Why? In Crawford committee even high crimes ebi wo ho treasonable crimes kura yendi omwasem every day. What crime is it that he has committed? One almost say perjury without maybe being charged for contempt because minimum say almost say he perjure again a perjury say under oath no waka sema enye no kre. Where is the perjury here? Because the electoral commission who conducting elections had before them all the documents including the renunciation certificate before
so those details no yenyaima court
and America say enunti na ye feel say ye persecution. These are the reasons in I feel say ye persecution and the fact to say upie ebinum kura ka say oh ono any Abu Sakande so ye MP ye de nefa amrakwan so kura to the sense say ye jailino. They are two different things. In the case of Abu Sakande, Abra na over parliament, or ye MP, we shall say obey MP, and all the oaths are oteki yeninano, na ugusukra, ne British passport and Burkinabe passport. Odi tukwan all koba. So he never renounced the British citizenship when he was still a member of parliament. In the case of Honorable James Gyakye Quayson, 2019. Before Ayebe Ura 2020, Kura Ayebe Tuaba, and Odeni Bibia Koye, and he got the renunciation certificate before the general elections of 2020. So and at the time I all taking the oath, no, he was holding only Ghanaian nationality and the allegiance in Bibiano was to Ghana.
That's why the
so there are two different things.
That's why the challenger but allow your Supreme Court or your High Court or whatever court to decide on this matter. The issue is that what per se court no ye de mo pema
Debi. Yeah, pesa court no be any adese. Anything na ye ka say adenti na in the 7th Parliament. What went into that agreement say this is the way we should handle matters affecting these persons. Because they have been elected, given the mandate of the people to perform something on their behalf. And me pe and a mediti parliament. In no more two abase me then me represent.
So if the 7th Parliament agreement is not working with this 8th Parliament, what's the challenge?
It should work. Why shouldn't it work? Why shouldn't it work? I don't know what say yejuma. Because bibi eno muhu yentia omuye then omudi saadi and by look, there are provisions in the constitution in order say affect an elected officer nejumanti yesi who call parliament and now who free parliament. You cannot be what arrested and detained because yempesa obi be use to me be or the aye bibia ebe affected with representative rule. And this say pesa ye do call that process is cra or say ye inform me Mr. Speaker. Na ye just MP so Mr. Speaker, clerk to Parliament, MPs nina covered with these provisions.
That covering maybe because sometimes the covering also comes across as being abused subtly by members of Parliament.
Well, members of Parliament are going through trial. Just example, our colleague Honorable Mahama Yariga, didn't you go through trial till judgment was delivered? Did we complain? Because now our court on days are affecting Nejuma. Of course,
speedy trial to get him out.
No, that is not able to look. Parliament is sitting, is not able to attend Parliament to represent the people.
Now who calls him?
How? Now
because there was a directive that his name should be expunged. And that alone is enough for all parties.
The name was to be expunged according to them because the elections that was conducted prior, that was done in December 2027 was declared null and void. And no, Yakase, we respect but we disagree with them based on interpretation now. And the referral case now we use say Supreme Court now a decision be in the case of Dr. Zaneto against this Omuma say at the time Nipano file ena Saadi and Becky true 94-1 about being a registered voter. Being a registered voter, of course, will be determined at the time of filing. And no one to mean when say over the MP before you will know. So if they give you, they rely on that interpretation Omuma in the case of Zaneto's case to reference say issue at the time Anipano filing, that's where you should kick in. We think that they got it all wrong.
So you will still continue?
Of course we will continue until with to sympathize with our colleague.
So you are majority boycott committee sittings.
Oh, that is our right. That's our right. That's our right. We will go to court every day your colleague is in court to show empathy, to show that we are with him. Right. We are beba Parliament. Say, but unfortunately, all the days, almost majority, 138, now be any ho. Ebinumu didi ba omiechi, ebinumu so ye omankasa omo campaign, ebinumu so ne nam bibia omo ne nam, ebinumu so hwe oye omo businesses. And they don't even form quorum for them to be able to work. And says here, yes,
I don't think you're going to justify because mu ho sem osom yen. It will be on odi campaign, and no so be na so. But okay,
me nka say ye ntwe na so. Ya make am say.
Ya describe us as absent too.
Tie. We don't care about being described as absent. Tie. We go there, so we decide to go. And we were present. We raised the issue of quorum. We have to adjourn. Enesu yekoye business that able
so
to me
business why you do that?
Government side has 138 MPs.
But don't.
What is the quorum for?
Now is
quorum for doing business in Parliament. Now
it's deliberate on your part too.
You see, quorum for doing business in Parliament. 93.
Aban
side no 138 no kwa say 93 by year we will be able to do business.
Number job why me who be wa ha me who story no. Was this Cecilia the past storm scored over 1 million theft case by maid.
Hey.
But I'm busy with this story na see.
Is there the past storms caught today? Over 1 million
theft by me. Meanwhile, the story is not there, so we should be sure say any baby can want some keke.
Well, but so much.
$1 million.
Microphobia. Our more could say. Bibi sa ira.
But any
story.
Why would they do that?
I say a headline to see if you was not just top press.
Where only court now judge Babe Fanino for where
other member can be our mind for or draw at this also who the train course and you'll be uncabi.
Say you cry a betting for 20 story no beba.
Oh my idea about course say
is it could you was a GH breaking Boom constituency.
Idea about Okasa so boko no dey Nandom Basilica no me was story a very nostalgic. Me ko campaign for me general secretary position. Na me drew Nandom. Na baby ana me jana me delegate din koma me afi bibi twi me say me nkonkoto torchlight. Nti me nanti manim kakra no na me te voice bi se me nkoba afore. Na me se me nkoba afore wo hen. Me to mani baby a me hu baby a. Me te se me nkoba afore. So for some reason if I cannot turn torchlight ni e se wasore. Ti omo se o fa like omo den almost a chest of fa ni se. Ti me koya me nante ya afina me ko hu ina Basilica si. I'm say wow. Ti me we mu na me di sika to altar no so. Ena me dane mani. Na me bompa egusu na me dane mani. I say na we so I say later on obi ka chair me say for that act na me no me win elections. So I always want to go back there. Na at least in the me nko da nyame ase ewo ho. Ewo me so a very Baptist for there because I will be a Catholic, but that is a place where I really encountered God. Na ura dem hwa you see me who say onyankopon we me wanwa say politicians on kokoye campaign o munwura ho na wo de wo nya politician no wo ye crusader wo ye bibia french wo ye crusader wo ye politician enti minua ade ba ko so e kire madwen ya no mo si majority and minority e ho anoma one majority na one minority.
There's no commercial
your majority group. Numbers even and so in Parliament your majority group because the independent member of Parliament actual their common Mr. Speaker said only one juma
no me be fa adwen okogina you know no one share MPP
there so
any majority
well
any minority
well the city our Parliament no omo Mr. Speaker ne
right omo the patapa na akotena 137 plus 1 because I mean
you are educating also.
No, I'm serious. But Maninka, if you are an independent candidate.
But the point is that what consent is say on be a business.
The only consent to obey your business. And I make sure say so we are one person. Ezo koko G permission won crop for her. So we need to be a business. Because on MPP, okay say maybe in crop for no call a demonstration. So man try MPP. na ono bas independent.
It won't say any majority in minority.
There be a 137 but you say they anka 5 go ha or 5 me or 5 how dey do so same me dey. Let's say Dominic wo back wa.
Well, in terms of your standing orders, I had the age man. You describe parliament, with majority and minority. We are independent too. Who party full or say we decided baby because there was one time.
Some our parliament. Well,
there was one time. When him say the immediate past MPP chairman. Freddie Blake Parliament as CPP.
And I make an ambassador so.
Now so Okokose with the majority side.
I don't mean Chester so Okoko.
Well, Okokose with them. So you
say not in a baby.
PNC ne bakoso also yes we about also Okokose with us. And the Parliament that's the description unfortunately.
But
numbers ne even.
Now
so in terms of grouping
because 137 they be almost in the majority 137 from 165 minus 137 I say is equals to something.
Honorable Okoe Boye
they be say you educate because they be almost say majority in microphone ni mo full overwhelming majority in the fan say formula MPs were call independent and come here 137 something. Because ono ko yes wo kon be hwe ya omo ye no nsem omo ke kafa no ho okomi poase
na dia go ve
dey say be yakọ parliament dey say utimi ukọ bi fi abokoko kwanza na wawuram
the one who basics in
anti me bom na mawura ho
say be ko yini say warem ya do Gyakye Quayson ho
Gyakye Quayson asem no ma he me minti asio me pay anytime. Me ma go through the me pay anytime. Nipa no, yes say, one renounce it. Yes say the constitution no kra wo kan ya say me kokko kan ya contempt intin my edin no. Clause bi wo ho. Clause no. Wo akokko kan. I'm say clause 94 ko kan. Oh, intin no asema e kan no. Lawyer bi say me kan e contempt intin me pese me kasa. Gyakye Quayson asemi aya twemu tan ye de ne kokot ba kokot be me o man him only problem so what kind of impression are we creating to ye nuanom a omo abro say yes ye baba be Europa ama abro amano ne form wo Ghana form awon ne ato aba omo timi to aba de a omo amano ne no omo renounce yo onto omo timi to aba footballers ye ko form ba ya na omo kuta sa kuro no so krata o. A classical example ni boy German boy oni kwani e friend say Kelvin Boateng ono ni say no so no e Germany time a obebo man no are renounce obi o san ko Germany into oni German Mikai 2010 World Cup Ghana share Germany na the brother no on the other side no so on one side o man here man renounce ye ya no mu si e ba football dia ayi secret bi anim de be ko munnim football say ni see sensitive obetimi enya secret because oye footballer Ghana for don woni so obetimi get close to a president enya secret scratch MP or your opposition because especially another na can say eso so moto aba ma obi obetimi aba ne nchen aba beji development ama wom. So it's clear say Gyakye Quayson wonya access to a parliament the hands are the more any dey bia nkofo keka but a footballer because of ne as a footballer can be close to a politician na obetimi akọ president fie ne dem ne ade because say we footballer we ade but most of the footballers no omu kuta broche krata na omu de bebo ball ye from Ghana for yetisa akola bia nyini wa broche no obobo kama pe Black Stars ba pani akohwehwe na ba okuta broche paper Nkola no kwa they don't renounce especially oma ya wo mo na wonim Ghana ho hwe wotimi nkatwi wonim hwe so what is the difference yen hwe ne yankwa ankoye ama yen discourage yen crofo mo wa brochi on person ba besom because omo ko school wa brochi asua ne ma nko betimi dia eden aba because anki encourage yen crofo bia mo ma ba say yanki yankwa anko fa Skype trainer yakofa
feasibility
da binki wo yen crofo ni bi wo ha ye wo yen crofo ni bi wo ha nko betimi aye feasibility no wo ha amayen because o matena brocha ye adwuma wa aviation industry.
No feasibility crowd munye yo. Sika no mutua. I raised those. Yes.
And then I want to boost and I
there was no feasibility. Omunye feasibility ni bibia.
Odo na me media ye be ko ho. We me nche.
Yes. Oh, ope make kwa kofa auditor no crab aba.
Oma nko PPA. Oma anya parliamentary approval, omo ni cabinet approval. Omo answer to the Ministry of Finance J for phone. Ghana Infrastructure Fund. A fund wing of the Ministry of Finance. Intino, maybe Gyakye Quayson asem no. Mimi what do continue cramp 137 on the other side almost city speaker and channel. Omo wa asem with woman main speaker no. Almost see there one person who use omo the boycott and then boycott here na me hwe mini ase chese resistance. Into omo feel say omo person almost stand with omo enuan. Besides ye nim say omo ni omo constituents akasa no maka say mungo ahead so you can
omo constituents na sem.
Omo constituents as I didn't say omo be kasa. They are there for their constituents.
If they will not represent their constituents, omo masem.
Omo kan mo mate ase bi omo kan. Nipa ba ko kasa ye ma mani gye hu. Me nua Patrick Boama. Wanya ne dindindi.
He's very reasonable.
I'm telling you, me nua na mature. Wanya ne dindindi was see so omo tie ase wo mu hia wo mo parliament. Osre wo ma Gyakye Quayson is being represented by very good legal team. Into a omo ni ho adwuma ni ntimi nkoso. I mean, it was so elated. I wish that those words were coming from other people. Impanyimfo ni bi.
Almost a tinti.
That is the Patrick spoke so well that day I was like, wow. I feel na me kwa. So we ye obi ne se obu ofukra na utie ne words na. Akoma be kofo. But impanyimfo na tinti words, it doesn't bring solidarity, it doesn't bring comradeship. It doesn't bring friendship. Because 1992, ye nyina na ewo krom ha. Me papa a politician, me politics dey na me ben ho. Me wo fa so ni je ekufo me politics dey minim. Me start here na me sha. MPP boycott parliament. Full o. Mama kra. Omo si esisi wo ma ye pass causing financial loss to the state the name and omo ba 96. Boycott so de no mo fa ne ko ya no ma dane wo mani no mo ko
SK boafum no
SK boafum na na ado no mo nya no ma dane wo mani wo mo ko ayi e friend ne ten papa yi me osafo ma afo no ombe dane wo manya preku no ombe dane wo mani sesi ano mo ko ade meeting no bi ye boycott awo kasa osi bibi ha no onka se me prosecute ni pa no emra but ye ni day a obetimi aye den obetimi aso ababa beye abesom ne mai aye adwuma ne bi nti anu de a very simple thing is so obi etimi ti ase oman ni ye nipa ba ko o na me de me politics de nya de a sese wodi ma obi aho kire no ye nipa ba ko Ghanaians ye nipa ba ko nti bibi say impa you make it easier for the person to exist now on oye na dwuma eno amisa kwampienim ka asembi but see we should not politicize the judiciary. We shouldn't take politics to the judiciary. Yes na yes say judiciary no. These were his words. No believe it to be a parliament enya de say wutimi ema no go through certain things. But osaka kan ho say MPs na wo mo boycott no mo allowances bi am yentu o mo ka MPs sika de otai ko ho na de asem ba no anom de twetwe school fees. Into what I say into no me believe say emra so say we put a halt and a red light on Gyakye Quayson semi near moving on as a country. There are issues to talk about. Bread and butter issue. Food inflation is 54%. 850,000 Ghanaians are poor because they cannot buy food. World Bank. That is what we should be looking at. Body boy den body en fan wo Ukraine. Ye dua wa ha. Bi beka se fertilizer nye ni nyina na ye fertilizer sem. Aduane aka nwure ma ye ni feeder rose de aduane be ba kuroma ma aduane bo afo. Bafa stock for suppliers ye de wo muka aya ma 50% almost wo monye a crisis enne ye 6 PSHS for uniforms since 2020 wo supply uniforms ye ntua wo muka These are serious economic issues that we have to look at. A second DDEP is coming up. Among for slow crampus or musica and sabeka, these are issues that yes, people cannot have 3 square meals a day. Among for the cost of living has risen, the standard of living has come down. Among for intimate third room, or they are taking generic drugs in Rebinum crab pressure drew doctors here, or intimate talk. No vaccine, mami 815. People resort to other forms of medicines at M1. Michelle Madame Fubi was in the papaya man, a drobia, and one. At the end of the day, he had to go and buy the expensive one. But we are resorting to Nra MY. Ebinum Sukra resorted to your friend is a traditional naming, which is not helping. Obu pressure on Timin Tedro, or a traditional name.
Before I make us know, Mami Chia Miwofa, Honorable Amakwata, Rose Minister, Ononi Honorable Napo, tell Mami Wofi na Menyashim, Omuna ya Omushe Mikaka. Me fact gratitude in the agro. Tidibia me ba show no so muti me abesa won say omo ye nkofo a omo akomapa. Matthew Opoku prepare asem na meka. And Honorable Amakwata. See you cry and obi na na ehwe no what I say. Ma won say wo hwe me.
And dog who we a doctor near then I will so call back to it. Tell me no.
Oh but still no na me hear a lot of COVID and party activity.
Yeah, what the piano.
Yes.
Oh, Lekma,
consultation
right?
Normally pressure into once a while, once every week. They say cry no cry, you know, once every 2 weeks.
Now that's
informal ones in the course. Oh, some medicine.
Oh, Lekma.
After 12 years of medicine, you can't stop it. Now, unim your constitutional ye wono. Abuaye na so there were challenges kakra. Now, you see, when you want to know who person who kwa ye fast one or mind be nya animra, also won show mo bakosem. And I'm happy Kofi is here, honorable. Because of the history we had with the military regime and order. 92 Constitution, it tried to do 2 things. It tried to say build a foundation for a strong, nice republic. At the same time, sort of shoulder or preserve or protect those who were allowing that to happen. It was a serious role the Constitution tried to play. And it didn't allow for the sitting president to appoint the IGP.
Appoint everybody.
Cry over Papa police are also bia I bet me acho. The boss, I man Nejuma, the president.
Supreme Court judges.
In fact, in the Ghana army, me know Nejuma with Ghana Armed Forces for 30 plus years or a civilian employee. They were Ghana Armed Forces Staff College. Stores keeper. May your soul rest in peace. Even beyond some rank, I think major and beyond. The list before your promotion comes, it must go to head of government and come back. And the soldiers in Ausha, badge almost starting. I mean, now come from first lieutenant to second to is unblocked by a Jew major pair. Even when you go write the exams, you train big house and send our wow. That's the kind of country, that's the kind of constitution we have. Why? And we have a constitution now. The only person who can prosecute crime is the Attorney General, who is appointed again by the head of a particular party which has one power. Oh my! If this is your arrangement, that's what you must start to examine, and not the symptoms. When I talk about symptoms like you do nipa court, you say, oh, only my baby to only court. Constitutional attitude, nipa only court. Obia or a politician. Although the constitution says that the person should be a lawyer, the person is appointed by the president who campaign on a political party's ticket. Now, only are you aware, say, Abu Sakande, the then age could have decided not to prosecute his case. Are you aware? Mm-hmm. Discretion is at the heart of the Attorney General.
Mm-hmm. And the government.
So I'm telling you today that one of the factors also why they took the docket, even if it was a strong one to court, was that he was not a party member of their obviously NDC MP. Tiremekano. Now NDC now power. Abu Sakande, the money public say, yeah, who say what from constitution? You don't get ready. You don't go court. Now you come election and see. So I'm bringing our mind to the basic fundamental challenges we have, which we don't want to address.
into where equalization.
No, I'm saying that. Yes, you have to. You have because I look at fairness.
But there's a constitutional review.
He just says James Gyakye Quayson on here party banking.
But you didn't hear the second one. No, I didn't hear.
No, I'm not challenging.
I want politicians. Now I want us to engage in frank conversations.
As of that time.
Well, that was the question they asked him. Say, for that. Then I want to say, so
it cannot be take for that because if the Attorney General then had the discretion. So bet me attrist assembly if you want or the two so
me sure say obahini me ametumi aka ne say senka Abu Sakande abra obeye MPP candidate ansa na kora ye beto no so aba na wa renounce the citizenship can me sure say ye de ne be call through any criminal process that I can say clearly for NDC say senka or renounce ye ne saka renunciation certificate before I ye kwa to aba na before ye swear no ina go bianka NDC an attorney general appointed under the NDC administration emfa nipa no mfa nko I can say that
me catch him in comfort and say, although I'm a politician, I like frank conversation because I know you can stand by it for the next 15 years. Honorable Bemono, or can say, patch say, wait, you're political. Obisa Damono, didn't go. They say, for the past 10-15 minutes, Honorable Timbo Abu Sakande, let him repeat, me say, Enfrinano. Now, you know what? Big sister, are you aware? You see, this world, is one of the things I've learned. There are forces that operate in this world. They tell you things because they've been here for long. You see, people talk. In Kofo Kasa and said Sakande had no relatives. I'm not talking to them. The AC and then say, send a DSC no. Send a camp for. Now, Sakande, now a young Bogu for Netzalan to Abamano. And that's what I say. The good people of are seen out of love. It was the same thing with Boku. Sebi. So no kita Ghana passport, no kita Burkina passport. Why go you be the idea? So I know what say there. You see, pledge no boni bena. Na second wa for be idea. Obi owo UK.
Well,
no. You see, you must have no. You are. No. But Omahini, Dr. Bernard Okoe Boye is a doctor, and he will go through various levels of analytical training and the rest. And he answer no bema prescription or G lab report or your temperature or your bibia answer na wa prescription. Everything. The two no. They are not the same. And men analyzing as if say the two no are the same. And no na the me catch when think now who said the two are not the same. Obakudu de abra na oye MP no na the passports ni na egusu on the person ma or the two kwan. The other person no or no the passports no or the ama. So they are completely two different things. So all I'm saying is that unse me ka we na wo NDC mu a da bi atwem unya the numbers because se be you so mra now se usi o 2-3 passports kra de ama e bonin se na mra bi wo ho and no use ya incrofos align at trauma no now so who use mra no na de ya is say Okoe no who won the seat.
No be ye in free parliament. Abu Sakande save this yanye by election ye wo ho. Because at the time the ruling, it was some few months to the general election, and he wasn't even MPP candidate.
But the next election, so went to Parliament.
No, but he wasn't even MPP candidate. Now candidate, so he wasn't even your candidate. No, me wow.
Now you know, all I'm saying is that yenye bold as a country. Near my way, a constitutional problem. Let's look at it.
Constitutional review.
And also a whole topic. Sky idea and Sabi, every moment you throw white paper. You bet me for another day. Big sister, almost all the key things I identify, you know, the white paper, Emma, a Danny item on the shelves up to now.
No,
we have to discuss it later.
Professor,
and the whole constitutional review
this boycott in Parliament.
Take time.
I'm about to say something, Pacho. Me, I have a personal experience. Dr. Koboy, me, you do hospital. Sana nyame bo me come my dream. So in that hospital, nyama e koso ami hu ne yie no. Ya meet ya meka. Nkrofo hospital no I can say I am the problem for the hospital. It's typical Ghana issue. When say Ghana out to some people you are the enemy. Now Ekosu sa ma target no dure bia ye throw me query. Say Mamba hospital me ye duty bi ama who Kosu hospital nyina ma obi a hwɛ me a no de ni bi hwɛ me say me is on reckless doctor. And a one big surgeon. Nyame fa ne crazy. Me born there be hospital not me bo. Of friend say doctor come. I know you. You are not like the way I'm hearing. Yes, you hold duty. One bad duty no, one catch obia and I hoye basa and obia come with the yama and I'm so Osha and I explain to him say duty ni obi duty. And I'm pan best say me na me near din de bia obia ni hwa me na me ye enti me yama no. But unfortunately no there was a mix up and I'm the doctor and say oh when I say wa ko bia yi because it's only about sana na me bo me. If I know say me near bonia wherever you call me I come. I don't come with anybody. I make my case and tell you when you are done with your decision we'll subject it to further review if you are not unbiased. The kind of heart I have. I was called before a panel in that hospital. There were people from Attorney General in Accra who came to that region. One person, I faced 10 people. Each person asked a question. Who beside me? Sure, no my answer. One told me, why are you doing this? Nobody has been able to do this. Why are you doing it? Because he said, that is how I am. Why am I saying all these things? If I am Gyakye Quayson, Akufo-Addo is not the judge. The judge is a professional who is not an NDC activist or an MPP activist. What will happen to Quayson will not be determined by Dami. He is not having that weight. It is the judge. That's how the judicial system is built. And it has been built in such a way that one man can be biased. But you can go for review where 3 sit. One can take a bribe, forgive me in code, not 3. And should 3 take a bribe, you will face 7 at the Supreme Court. You see, yeah, Papa Momo Chichi or my way, they have wisdom. And when I see our people saying that I didn't court, it's not me show my mintias here. As I'm more boating, and can this for NMA judge, I didn't to Tamaku for free. Yes, I'm saying. Ojino who fire because the people he faced are not politicians. In those days, they call them elders. They look at the case and rule. Now, make can be Bible crack eye. Or so we gidi sa now the judge now you gidi sa one shana yedu two. Some of the arguments they are making, they made the same arguments in the Supreme Court. And the judgment went against them. And Kasana mu Jim Hudi no, and Kayecho Mukasa Mukajo say, I do what it doesn't stand. And it's a Mikano. Now Sumukwasi for a campaign, which means you followed the judgment of the court. This same court, our similar lower, let's say lower court, and Yakodo. With all this gidi, if a China ruling by say guy no come, or my ruling say, or bet me drona, or more they will not go to Sawamo. I don't know what I got. So we should let wisdom prevail. We should be calm. Those handling the case are not politicians. And the reason why me face it 10 people, he said, I was smiling. I told them, say, when you are done, that was what shocked them. They told me I can go. I said, I want to tell you something before I leave this panel. Even your judgment to be subject to scrutiny is not final. And so the point I want to make is that let's follow wisdom. Listen, this is the first time we've had a by-election where the person who is participating was the one who was ruled out. An exceptional case. If you look at what happened,
it's not the first time. We've had an MP also contesting a by-election.
All right, so let's say the second. What makes this exception is say these guys own the first one circumstances. I don't know across the barrier.
Yeah, across.
But this one, because it had to do with prosecution, there is some sympathy in the public. That's what I say. Because he's the same person who came forth, he won. What I can tell you is this: I doubt, say, even if Yemfa assuming say court we not Gyakye Quayson, or you're guilty. Now I say by-election. I doubt, say we can take that seat. That's my doubt. So the question is that I ask myself as MPP, what will be the ultimate game? But guess what, Omayini? Your baby wa bisa. Democracy, there is the hard one and the soft one. There are cases I withdraw Omayini, kasa with them. I don't know whether you get me.
I get it.
There are people that met me, didn't pay before kasa. I'm a case where you
like Aisha one.
You see, no, you see, they are still not following the Mikano.
No, maybe look.
See the Mikano.
The okay,
yes.
No, yes. Yeah, bre as Ghanaians. The representatives of Parliament, you know. Yes. Persecuted. Yes. Made in common with Chile.
Yes. Now one of them for a Chile Kasa. One of them for Chile.
Oba ako bo obi ade atu obi ajapade atu fa say no ye say bo edi papa na ajapade abo no shana wen su ye den akwara so bo odi na wo ye we
no so na ya janto aso kan mo so no tintin bi o mafa
oh
tintin bi o mafa ye nyina ye pegana yi ye Ghana nkoso ampa de wa change no che say emra na obi aja so di tu anamo
kusuba won say am fi obi do me no kwa ye nyina ye nam line so ye yes si awa
why because we line no nya ohun say we line emfa no nko kodru we line no emfa no nko kodru and you say o stop was na we dey na koto
somebody should
yes if you crop on the said that guy
yes
but no but
truth is that you've established the point exactly enti mi mumra so ajaji for the political
okwa de woka se e kan na chire kwa kan na chire you want to manipulate
no it's not even about that
Okoe Boye that's no we
omani you kwaya
why we block me on person
big sister see adenu ye mra na ye follow
what I say I support that
yes maybe point ni say o trade the way
there are so many ways to kill a cat
trade the way nkofo kasa oh me say we die we discontinue
but omo boycott so omo nye de bi omo kasa ka no meja
but big sister you know the danger imagine and God forbid to me my prayer is that we would continue after 2024 but if it is the will of God not GMA president imagine if you're the one NPP person akojina court say why you boni kese bi and Akufo-Addo now omani for the 4 years I see your opposition you nyina atine fie say court kwasa yenko what kind of state are you building
omani
ko ba me Malcolm for fala promo yen adwuma because the Malcolm for say weekend we there fifth the 21st copim 23rd of July fala Malcolm for ne kai emu da ho enti no kona kodidwa e Malcolm ko na kodidwa e Malcolm terms and conditions no applicable e wa han say nana Kofi Ubaka na fi na be wrap up on this you know
nia meka no say ade yi a ye nyina wonim say omo say in the year 2022 aban nejuma oye no Kennedy Agyapong beka say strategies ODBB ka ho also strategies then then honorable Kennedy
so who to me strategies dollar near say na ba say
no oka strategies my what I'll make I aware now
Kofi no na Kofi come on we are come one
in the midst of
sika wetua
dollar na less than 4
COVID
dollars before our COVID we ba kra na de na say Ekoya says here and about $12 Ekoya up till 12 CD Ekoya up to 15 CD crown unemployment youth unemployment and 42%. Adia na ewo mirapia
no waka
youth unemployment na around 12% in 42% and going even up. General unemployment na below 10% in 14% and more. The debt of the country now in 120 billion at the time MPP take you over 2017 says here and almost 600 billion.
Honorable we late 600 billion I dey na trillion 600 billion ekona nimpa ebiom inflation na enam below 15% no in ekoya to 56% at the point 57.2
food inflation ekoya ma beyond 100% and around 50 something says here this is the scorecard of Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia the economic management and the World Bank report almost 7th report year abe almost in the year 2022 no year the 850,000 grow for 850,000 and ye pian one ko share onyan num. That's the record of this
because of inflation
mismanagement of the economy no inflation na that low level honorable Okoe Boye no say na Dr. Bawumia Malata market inflation calculation and so on and so forth figures no kura statistical service fire no say onu mfa onu kra mfa nye ejuma obekọ malata market akwakoye onu an basket of items ene enye malata de kra na meka ho asem yi o eye nia statistical service for edi aba abontina ye de ye ejuma nti say ye ko malata market dia o ma hini inflation no ebekọ more than 86% kra. Ohia we are pushing many more persons. Now in the midst of all this, sorry, now you blame me COVID, and I catch say young conco to $2 million. And farmer a non-existing company say ye babe sky
non-existing.
Company nukra ye ma online says to run a removal.
Question Abu Sakande.
Look, already no. Minister Nankasa, Minister Amewu Abeka say, look, we shouldn't expect any sky trade here. It won't happen now. It won't happen anytime.
You don't have the capacity.
So we don't have the capacity. That's the Minister for Railway Development.
But how would he
say that?
What was the basis for that?
Yes, because and always say omu beye feasibility in the it must even come from that ministry. And the ministry is saying it is not possible, it's not doable. Now, so Ghana Infrastructure Investment and Infrastructure Fund now ye create to put money into viable projects. Ya feasibility ebe boye no omo fa yen sika 2 million e de akwa koma a phony company. It didn't even end up to that same GIF when in Pullman hotels. Almost another $25 million also as had the Kura ho and never fa adieno ewo form ho. Another hole in Accra. $25 million aka ho. Ye be someone say omo metre because that is just for some few shares. No, things are happening. We are now blame COVID. COVID NSA fa share this kind of investment I'm telling you, can you imagine say this $25 million plus this $2 million plus many other investments are more here at the time of they say SS capacity aben sa de 23 million Ghana cedi e the command company we say they want to come and generate more power. Can you imagine mo de mo anu e ka adie baakon na mo de mo nsa so ye bibi foforo. All these coming from the infrastructure fund that you created for special people. Can you imagine saying ka ye DCK ekoye meaningful dams? Honorable our comes say on to me meaningful dams with 250,000. Can you imagine say SASK ka ye dibi ko kan huma or ye or 1 year meaningless dams or ye meaningful dams nka already no omusi ye nsika ye de crack tomatoes nkwa from Burkina are cut to $400 million per annum from just 90 acquire to $400 million. Can you imagine how much would have been saving? Can you imagine how productive would have been? Food inflation will not have created poor person. Yes, sorry, we are blaming COVID.
I will do a check on the Kofi Kai. The 25 million. I will do a check on that. Anyway, or a member of Parliament, my man, the benefit.
Oh, there is no. Maybe I may draw my attention. Now, maybe do fear me so TV. No more.
Yes, we will do that check on the Pullman stuff. Okay, Kofi does it for this revelation, but we'll follow it up.
I mean, somebody blow how my met you. Sika near to Gusan. They are no money will be due diligence, more man.
You invested wrongly, and I say, what is happening?
They be as if say government, no, it said you be a now, or no be the be about investment, be about now business. Was shall we be my ye be a guano, no own check on do Sika Kushim Nash. But that's how I see it too. Obi ba odi baba to a they are in a hurry woman to mo bosen consulting na ayebasa. Because sky train ni pampacho ni person na be for sky train Ghana. Nem wie mu say ye wo roads ankasi kembetimi de bia ye roads aboa. Feeder roads enfe aduane. I mean wo ye niema me mentiasi o. Sky train minister na ankasa o say nye feasible say ye idea. Na me hu idea bia ne boarding say that. Idea ne boarding $2 million. So when you conceptualize it, penna would share $2 million. Was it into me by a good idea? We bet me about implement it. Now, what you sika on Oma hiwe efe feasibility say omo de oma anya ho hwio oma hin ka hu say obi koye aveyi me rice o no koye experiment and rice farm no ho Mr. Kwame Pepra e di ni tumu ayi sipa yanki na enye sika say yo ye do omo sipa yanki at the time me na mo GIPC na finance ministry one of the first people on your PhD in law okọ prison by bibia e basa. Because a lawyer needs to do a prison on a criminal charge. Ye will. Get room coco tumu. What I say, a sell me crampo dear, or yare, or found ye. All those times and then ya dear ni penny jihon, but say baby say we history moi. He be as see to me. We should be careful. I mean due diligence. Feasibility study could book no okay, and find the one go through the procurement, but feasibility study any. Na waka ba ka che kwase yetua 2 million but ye kohwe enye feasible wo Ghana nti entimi nye obi entimi nye ohwe ba wo de krata bia na ho pepe bia na ho we $2 million akọ company bia company no kwa nim say ye dummy company o say existing company obi nim they say so only license the good thing is in case it doesn't exist too or so only license awode be yes adwuma because sa adwuma we no bi obey feasibility study bia wo build side a obetimi aye the a build the amount because only build side on tia there na say no aye feasibility study na amount
Nana my Dr. Kubo Zumbre
where did na me hwehwe no excuse me strategies excuse me
oh I see excuse me excuse me
Okoe Boye excuse me
to trial people in radio studios and TV studios and a healthy trend. Usually in the courts the other side can present their case. Now, one of the worst things that may happen to you say, "Nkofobeka assembly sir or radio." Now I say, "Oh dear, you are already guilty." By a court, now you have a side. Before,
what are you referring?
I'm coming. Say, you understand? Before after 2008 election, in fact, before the 2008 election, the impression was created by the NDC that almost most appointees of the Kufuor government, if you put their cash together, it was more than the Bank of Ghana votes. In fact, they even published it was up.
When someone can be that,
please, you know. Why is that you are not patient to listen to people to make their point? When they came into office, there were those who assumed that this was a corrupt bunch that should all be lined up and jailed. If you have a solid case, any radio account, you present it before a judge, and it will be interrogated. In the 8 years of the NDC, all the things they mentioned. I'm
saying that.
Please, please, you have a record. I want to just. My point is that the time has come. If there is Sebi, BBI criminal, give the specific details. If the AG will not go to court because Sebi,
criminal.
If I didn't hear criminal,
the Pullman investment, any Sky Train, it was a matter you discussed at the Public Accounts Committee when GIF you be standing questions. I asked a public interest question in relation to Pullman investment and see yeah kind of we spoke about it.
I'm a meticulous person. The AG did a report and said Zoom Lion company should refund some monies because they were paid illegally. It was in an audit report that came to Parliament and discussed. Do you know what happened when he went to the Supreme Court? There, he was able to bring his lawyers and make his case. The judges said that requirement should go off.
But sir, this one, and your opinion, they can say the chief executive of BIIF was there himself. He was there himself.
The point take of fear or says, and we are in a vacuum. Those who matter were there. It's just walk us through what we The
Public Accounts Committee is not a court. That's what I want to tell you.
I didn't say that.
No, it is in the court. And normally, if individuals or companies are involved, once you discuss a matter, it ends up in you making the impression whether they are culpable in the case or they are not. As for the audit committee, interrogations. Sometimes the play out at the audit committee goes out. He said, "Oh, where the report? Why they? What for? They're guilty is for."
The Nipa no say institution or processes.
Pullman is an investment.
You call the Eco Sky Train.
No. Yeah. Who they say an entity.
So whichever one it
is a shareholder.
Until the court decides. We shouldn't do it as if say
that is the point I'm making.
Oh, that one they say Yenka
so
it was a bad investment that you can see clearly.
You have to get lawyers. Take the matter up.
Dr. Ko, if you have your minister saying that
me, I'm not 60 years, but I've learned some things. Even in politics sometimes. I know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Obi to me can't say because who come deep in the party. Come on. Let me conclude, Romani. Baumia, I've seen attempts, and let me say this loud. I'm not afraid to say this. Attempts on people they talk as if Baumia is a byword. There's so be a byword in the Bible. I know what it means. Or you'll be can't hypocrite and also a
non-entity.
Excellent. But if you check Baumia's record as part of the Kufuor administration, he was at the Bank of Ghana as deputy governor. Served under Kufuor, served under Kufuor. Under Kufuor as a deputy governor, and the Kufuor as vice president. I am ready. The only thing I'm waiting for the promise to end to match the record of Baumia and that of Mama. Please, why is it not patient at all? You see,
if you are a Messiah,
I'm coming.
Match Dr. Kofi Konedo Apreku.
See,
you sent us the topic. Who said if you are a Messiah and you have
yes, no. You see, when they meet me,
the problem is
I always pick what you have said and I make you understand that it's
strategies. Please,
let me talk.
No.
What's when he wins and with my
go and match those who are saying it.
Okay, so
the other political party. Dr. Okoe, we need the other political party. I don't know matching with your mama. There is MPP, there is CPP, there is PNC.
No. Even then, Anaya, it's an internal election. Strategies, excuse me. Dr. Kofi Konedo Apreku says, I will see we a Messiah and you are not able to save even your woman. How can you be a Messiah? People are saying
there was a trend in inflation where they started saying single digit inflation, single digit. This guy, this vice president, if anybody underestimates his economic understanding or diagram, you know what Bamia said? Or see inflation and a weird term, it is calculated. Vip was the first person who told the statistical service, show me the items in your basket so that I see how you calculated your inflation. You know what he did out?
That's why he did my
They stated say about 4 items in the basket. The figure put there was 0 Ghana cedis. And you know why? When they went to the shop to check the price, the shops were closed. So they assumed it was 0. That's why I realized that Baumia then they revised the inflation. So Baumia
what are you saying? What are you saying? No, listen to what
the details.
No, listen to what explain what? Look, they don't pick just one item.
The truth is about
because you are peddling falsehood.
And the GM, what happened?
No, he's peddling falsehood. They were calculating
falsehood.
The figures that were coming out were not matching the other indicators, currency movement and other indicators. And about Nyaka say inflation is calculation.
Jesus Christ.
They use items in the basket. Oh, but he said that inflation.
I want to clearly. I don't mean. Excuse me. No, the point is correct. The point is very, very correct.
It is Baumia who can guarantee you power in this studio.
The point is very power. Which kind of power?
It is not about
what has he done?